Calling to order this regularly scheduled meeting for the Town of Florence Planning and Zoning Commission for February 20th, 2014. Mr. Olgain, would you take roll call, please?
Yes, sir. Chairman Woolley, Vice Chair Patrick,
Present.
Commissioner Petty,
Here.
Commissioner Anderson,
Present.
Commissioner Reed.
Present.
We have a quorum.
And if you'll all stand, we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, our first case is item 4A. It's case PZC 41-13ZC. You have a presentation for us?
Vice Chair, yes, I do. Vice Chair, Commissioners, good evening. I do have a brief presentation tonight. Tonight's application is for Redstone Ranch. It's a zone change. And we do have the applicant here tonight if you have any questions after the presentation. The purpose of tonight's application is to obtain proper zoning for a project known as Redstone Ranch. The nearest crossroads are Sunneer Drive and Bluegrass Street, and currently it's in the county. If you look on your screen, the red shows you the location of the property. It is in the county. It's under annexation. The first reading of the annexation is supposed to happen, I believe, April 7th. So tonight's, if it gets recommended, it's contingent, obviously, on the approval of the annexation. As mentioned before, the applicant's here tonight, but the applicant is WLB Group on behalf of GH Capital, LLC. The property that you see tonight, here's a little closer view of it. It's surrounded by other entitled properties, a couple of PUDs, master plan communities, one of them being Sunneer Ranch. This one is located to the west of the property. This one is zoned R16 currently. Another project that is adjacent to the property is the Florence Ranch Planet U development. It's being referred to now as the Johnson Ranch Estates PUD, which means it'll be amended possibly in the future. This one is a mixture of land uses, including residential, commercial, and open space. It's adjacent to the Redstone Ranch. Another project that's within close proximity is Florence Crossing PUD. It's zoned PUD for residential and commercial uses as well, approximately 1 mile to the west of the property. And the other project that is within close proximity is Majestic Ranch, zoned for commercial and residential uses. Approximately 1 mile west of the subject property. In your report, I put a graph basically explaining what I just talked about. As I mentioned before, it's pending, this project is pending annexation. Currently, the zoning for this property is GR, which stands for General Rule. Once the annexation is successful, the town will give the property comp zoning, which will be R1R, and that means single residential ranchette. It typically is for 1 1/4 acre lots or bigger. Tonight, they're seeking the recommendation to council for zoning for R16, and that is basically one property for every 6,000 square feet is what that entails. This type of development is supported by the 2020 general plan. Currently, the designation that is out on this property is LDR, which is low-density residential. So it is consistent with the zoning that they're asking for tonight. The area has, as I mentioned, several entitled properties around it, which will bring future infrastructure for this property. The water and the wastewater service, when this property moves forward, it'll be provided by Southwest Environmental Utilities, LLC, which is also an affiliate of Johnson Utilities LLC. Southwest Environmental Utilities will also provide the drinking water to this subdivision, and the utilities will be provided by APS for electrical power to the site. So in closing, the findings that we had was the proposed zoning is consistent with the 2020 general plan for Florence. The 2020 general plan has low-density residential designation on the site, and it supports the proposed land uses. Future development of the site will be subject to all town codes. We, on this project, we hadn't received any letters of opposition or support. I believe there is audience tonight for public comment. Staff proposes a zone change for Redstone Ranch is in compliance with our general plan, and therefore we would recommend a favorable recommendation to Town Council on this project. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. And once again, the applicant's here.
Yes.
Speak into the mic, sir.
The street width, is this going to meet the 50-foot standard for the town?
I believe it's Florence Kelvin, which was going to be which connects to State Route 79, is in the SAT study for road of significance, and I believe it's a major arterial. Now, the actual roads that bisect the property, no, those are not major arterials. I think they're being classified as minor collectors.
I'm talking about the interior, inside the subdivision itself.
Oh, what type of or size of roads are going to be within the subdivision?
Yes.
We'll know that when we get the actual design review for this project. And also, the housing project will have to come through us as well.
Okay.
But as of right now, I do not know. Do you know? Or the applicant stated that they'll do the standard 50-foot right-of-way.
Good. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? We do have audience tonight, so if you...
Yeah, let's open the public hearing.
Would you speak into the mic? I can't hear you.
Yeah, I just put it up again. Let's open a public hearing, and anybody who wishes to speak on this subject, please step up and say your name and your address for us, for the record.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Could we call a recess?
call recess.
Okay.
Come on up. You're invited. I didn't realize that was him. Yep.
Yeah. Well, because
That's a long walk.
it's not really a PUD. It's street zone. But the entrance typically with a PUD.
PNC are not going to come.
We can just, we don't need a motion to return, we can just return from recess, right? Okay. All right, this time I'm going to call back to order from recess the regular planning and zoning meeting scheduled for February 20th. We're now back in session, and we are back on Agenda 4A, and I'm going to open the public hearing for agenda item number 4A, case number PZC 4113-zone change on the Redstone Ranch. Public hearing is now open. Do I have any public that would like to speak? Please state your name and address for the record on the microphone, please.
My name is Kay Lantz, L-A-N-T-Z. My address is 19568 East Haley Road. I have two sides of my property that border the property in question. My questions mainly are, what is this land probably going to be used for? I have washes that flow alongside of my property and then a minor one going through my property. With development there, how is that going to affect me? And also the road, is that going to become more of a major input to this property so that there's more traffic right there? And also, is there some time at which, if this becomes annexed into the town of Florence, because I'm actually Pinell County, what is required for me to possibly become annexed with that property? So,
Okay, ma'am, I want to remind you, during a public hearing, we can only listen to you. We can't address your concerns.
that's what I was told.
But what I can do is I can have town staff get with you after the meeting in a future date and actually sit down and help you with some of those questions that you have.
Okay.
Okay? And that'd probably be the best way to handle it, because they're going to be able to answer those a lot better than we could at the commission level.
Okay.
Okay? So before you leave tonight, if you could give your name and phone number to Mr. Ogeen, he's the one in the red shirt.
Okay.
That way you guys can set something up and he can kind of walk you through some of those questions and stuff like
Okay.
that. Okay?
Thank you.
Do I have any other staff that would like to, do I have any other public that would like to speak at this time?
This is the applicant for Redstone Ranch.
Okay.
He wishes.
Hi, good evening. Rob Longacre of WLB Group. For your record, my address is 4444 East Broadway Boulevard in Tucson. Thank you for the time tonight. We appreciate your consideration of the case. With me as well is Mr. Perry Mathis. He's the owner of the property. He's excited about becoming part of the town of Florence, so there's great plans for this area, as you know, for future development, so he's excited to be a part of that. Also, we did speak with Ms. Lance prior to the meeting and answer some of her questions that she posed. We have told her and given her our information. We will work with her, keep her informed as the project develops, and answer any questions even she may have in the future as well. So we'll definitely do that. We're committed to being a good neighbor, and we'll continue to do so. Thanks to Gilbert to the presentation. I don't have much to add, but we're happy to answer any questions you may have at this time.
I have one.
I have to close the public hearing
Yep.
first. Let me close the public hearing first, and then if commission has any questions, I'll call you up at that time.
Thank you.
Do I have any more public that would like to speak at this time? With the absence of the public, I'll go ahead and close the public hearing and now open it to the commission. Now,
So I have our standard question. There are 3 conditions as a part of this application. Have you read those and understand and accept those?
Yes, we've read the conditions, and we do accept them.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
any further questions from the commission? Mr. Anderson?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Yeah, if we have no further questions on this case, I'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion that we forward to the town council a favorable recommendation for case PZC-41-13-ZC for Redstone Ranch.
I'll second.
I have a motion on the floor to forward a favorable recommendation to the town council on case number PZC 41-13-zone change on the Redstone Ranch. The motion this evening was made by Commissioner Petty and seconded by Commissioner
Patrick.
Patrick. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Please forward a favorable recommendation to the town council.
Thank you.
The next agenda item for this evening will be case number 4B. This is case number PZC 13-13-zone change, and this is the DC zone change. So the presentation discussion.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. No need to read the whole explanation.
Oops.
I just wanted to, before you do or say anything, this case has been withdrawn by both parties, which was James Cheetah and the town of Florence. He gave us an email requesting to withdraw this case. so it won't go any further than this.
Okay.
Speaking with the attorney, you have the right to close, you don't have to open the public hearing, don't have to have one. That's up to you guys. And same thing with the next case, case PZ 4213 ZC. They have also withdrawn their case.
Okay.
These cases are going to be, have been consolidated into one case instead of having several of them. So they're coming back under a different name. That'll be one applicant, the town of Florence. And you should see that within the next, I believe, next month.
Okay. I think what I'll do, just to dot the i's and cross the t's, is I will make a on the record announcement that they've been officially withdrawn and that we're not having a public hearing for that reason. On case number PZC 13-13- zone change, on the DC zone change, and on case number PZC 42-13- zone change on the Mecum DC zone change, both items have been withdrawn at this time by the applicant. Therefore, there will be no public hearing held this evening. Next agenda item on the agenda is number 5, call to the public for commission's response. Call to the public for public comments on issues within the jurisdiction of Planning and Zoning Commission. Individual commission members may be asked to respond to criticism made, may ask staff to review a matter raised, or may ask that the matter be put on a future agenda. At this time, I will open the call to the public. Call to the public is now open. Is there anybody that would like to address the commission at this time? With the absence of the public, I will close the call to the public and open the call to the commission. Commissioner Anderson?
Yes, I'd like to get on the agenda a review of the Anthem Merrill Ranch long-term plans out there as to what the current plans are versus the original or the approved PUD plan.
Okay, that it?
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Commissioner Petty?
Nothing.
Commissioner Patrick? And Commissioner
Reed,
Reed?
nothing.
I just want to state, I'm sorry that I was late. I was waiting for a car so I could get here, and the car wasn't getting here fast enough, so I do apologize. With that, I will take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion we adjourn.
I have a motion on the floor to adjourn the meeting at 6:20. Motion made by Commissioner Anderson and seconded by Commissioner Patrick. All in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is now adjourned.